Hey there guys, so if you didn't see already, last Saturday we had our event. I must admit it didn't go as I thought it would go, but I still had a really good time. I still managed to connect with a bunch of people, and that was alright. I did end up getting arrested and then de-arrested. We'll see what happens with that, and I'll keep you updated. And if I do actually end up getting a fine of any description, I will go through the process of countering it, so that'll be quite interesting. It's actually kind of funny, right? The Friday night before the Saturday, I was sitting there thinking to myself, how can I best actually help people who are, getting fined or in these situations? And I was like, I'm going to have to get a fine, aren't I? And I was like, no, 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 don't think that. Like, don't think that. Like, the very moment I did, but then it was too late. And lo and behold, on Saturday, I get there, and within 20 minutes, I've been arrested and I've been fined. I won't go into too much detail about that. You can check out the live stream that I have of all of that if you want some more information. But there was a good time. We learned a lot from that event. We'll definitely be doing more things like that in the future. And should the government stick to what they're saying, it will only get easier. So that's kind of nice. And speaking of events, I have seen something about a vaccination passport free festival. Sounds very, very interesting, and something that perhaps we at the Great Reopening could look into doing. Because I'm sure all you guys who like music would love to go to an event where you don't have to get tested or you don't have to have a vaccine. Because I fucking would. Shit, I'd create that event just to go to it myself. Get some DJs just to fucking do it myself. Just so I can go and listen to some live music and dance. Even if it was on my own without having to have a vaccine or a test. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes, because the government, they could change their minds. And if they do, we're going to be in such a good position here at the Great Reopening. I almost hope they do. But for the rest of the country's sake, I hope they don't. But it's amazing. The Great Reopening is something that actually thrives in lockdown. It's an organisation, a movement, a collective group effort that thrives in lockdown. So that's good. That's very interesting, right? Something that actually thrives in lockdown. But yeah, so should they actually stick to what they're saying, events will be a lot easier to organise. So that'd be nice. You wouldn't have to just run away from the police for a few hours like we did on Saturday. Although that was a lot of fun. My idea or intention was to have a bunch of people together and dance, and we did do a part of that actually. But I wanted like a packed field, and however, police jumping on you before you've even got started doesn't make it very easy. You'd need hundreds of people all get there at the same time, very organised and coordinated, to be able to fend off 50 police officers that are already there, because as soon as a crowd gets gathering, they just jump on you. So lessons learned about that, but we'll see. Maybe this actually is the end of lockdowns. We shall see, because nobody really knows what the plan is for even the bad guys or the good guys, what God's plan is, if you want to call it that. So we'll see, right? It doesn't mean, we may know what some group of people may want to achieve with total control and domination or whatever. But maybe it's not just one faction fighting for absolute power. Maybe there are multiple factions. I'm starting to fall more into that category, but we won't go too much into that. But what is awesome, the Somerset crew, big ups to Somerset crew. You guys are doing amazing, because you've caught the attention of the Western Gazette, who are concerned that there's going to be a reopening revolution. Check that out. That's quite something, huh? More than 200 people have joined an encrypted message group promoting a campaign to defy government-enforced lockdown restrictions for businesses in Somerset. The Great Reopening is a national campaign to reopen local businesses on March 20th. I really must thank Tomas for this great publicity and this great promotion. Thank you. This movement states its aim is to fight for the right for people to earn a good living and keep themselves out of the grasp of poverty by undertaking civil disobedience. A Somerset branch of the campaign of the messaging app Telegram has attracted 230 members. And it goes on and on and on. But I must thank them. That's beautiful free promotion right there. Anyone reading that? Now they know about what we're doing. The Great Reopening Revolution, folks. It's coming to a street near you. But like I mentioned before, things have changed now. Now the government has made their move on the chessboard. They have said that a lockdown is ending. Your average person's going to believe that. And God help the government should they change their mind. So what we're going to be doing going forward, like I mentioned before, has changed slightly. We won't be going for the same event we was going to be doing for the 20th. It's looking likely now. We're just going to bundle into everybody for the protest and just have a good time down there. Although lots of people locally are organising their own things, I'm gonna be talking to some people. I might just go to like a private event after that. But that's going to be that's most likely what's happening. Then we might focus our energies on the 12th to ensure that when businesses open, they stay open. This is it. This isn't the end of lockdown 3. This is end of lockdown forever. No more fucking lockdowns. So we want to be able to figure out and focus on supporting businesses once they do get back open, so they can stay open. But we'll see. That all depends on the government not changing their minds. But yeah, so there's lots of local events happening. If you haven't already, join your local groups, get involved with there, get in touch with the admins for the local groups. If there isn't an admin for your local group, get in touch with the team at The Great Reopening, and we can sort that out if you wanted to be an admin, because all of the local groups need at least one admin, and then that admin needs a team. So the teams need teams. So get in touch if you want to be involved. There's lots of amazing things happening. Stand in the Park. If you guys haven't already heard about Stand in the Park, that is another movement that is exploding all over the nation. Really amazing to see that, because we here at The Great Reopening, we were so lucky to see it just as it was getting started, like the very first few ones that are happening, and they were talking about it in our groups, and it's a very nice synergy because the people use our groups to go to their events, so it works really well. So that's just one example, and that's happening every Sunday, and you should see there's over 50 now happening all over the nation. And I've reached out to the creators of the group. Hopefully we can get them on here and we can have a chat, have a night. That'd be nice. But so that's what's happening generally. But on the 20th as well, people are organising like parties or just get-togethers or just something to get together for the truthers, for the good guys, for the awakened people to get together, connect, and network, and organise. Because the 20th is looking like, I'm sure there will be some businesses reopening. However, and of course we are still a reopening movement, but now that the game board has changed since when we started. Because when we started this group, this organisation, this movement, whatever you want to fucking call it, we were looking at lockdown till September. So it's a very, very different playing field till a gradual easing of lockdown. I mean, I know it's still the government, whatever, but it's very, very different. So now trying to say to a business owner, hey, look, you're going to open up in 3 weeks, but why not open up now anyway? I mean, unless they want to prove a point, which I can entirely understand proving a point to these people who have done some very terrible things to this country. I can understand that if you're angry or pissed off, but obviously most business owners are going to take the opening on the 12th or whenever the government has said they can fucking open, because not even everyone opens on the 12th, unfortunately. But it's being sold, we're coming out of lockdown. So after that, the focus is to then get rid of, or at least, so the thing is, that's why I was really happy to see this no vaccination passport, no testing festival, because if people really, really want to have the vaccine, take it, whatever. If you really want to be tested every 5 seconds, get tested, wear the mask, do all that shit, and go to festivals or whatever where everyone else is doing all of that shit. But if you don't want to do all of that shit, you just want to be you, without any of the vaccines or have any of the tests or wear any of the fucking masks, then we should be allowed to do whatever it is we want to do in this life. We should have the choice. So you could have the vaccine festivals, the no vaccine festivals. That sounds like a win-win for everybody, to be honest. Everybody in that scenario wins. The vaccines people get to be around all the people that have the vaccines, and they can all fucking, I don't know, whatever you do with vaccine people. But then everyone who doesn't want it, they can just not have it and still be able to enjoy life. That sounds like the perfect win-win for everyone. Even if the vaccine's really toxic and we don't want people to take it, people are going to take it. So let's respect their choice, but then have our choice respected as well. So that's what, that could be the future for the Great Reopening. It's going to be supporting businesses. It's going to be music and media and events. That's where we're going to be headed. Should we continue to get support? So I'm very excited for the future actually now. Either way, it looks like we're getting out of lockdown. If they go backwards in any way, shape or form, we're going to be in such a good position to try and organise another wave, if you like. So to me, it seems like they had to play their hand. They had no choice, and that we're in a very good position now, and we just have to keep going, keep connecting. That's the thing. Connecting and organising in person right now is so important, and that's really what our main drive now is, to do that for people, is to help them connect in person. And that's what the local groups are for, and we're seeing it all the time. So I'm very happy of the direction of the Great Reopening, and I'm so grateful for everybody who has supported us so far, for everyone who's donated. Thank you so much for everybody who supported us. And we're like a month and a half into this movement, guys, and who knows where it could get Should we continue to get your guys' support, this could be a very solid foundation to build up a very solid movement that could continue to influence this nation and in fact the entire world. For the good guys, for the truthers, for the people who want to remain free and enjoy life and all of that stuff. This is the people's movement. This is the truthers movement, built by the people for the people in such record-setting time. But we're going to keep going. And yeah, big thank you to everybody, and I think I'll keep it at that for this one, but we'll see you next time. Thank you.